What's going on, peeps? For those who don't know me, my name is Myron Foster. I'm a bass player, man. I've been playing like 20 years. That didn't make me anything special, anything super great, but God has blessed me. I make a living playing music. I'm able to support my family. I'm able to have the time to do the things that I want to do with my kids, going to their school, doing the things. So, been blessed. Got a chance to play with a lot of people that I really enjoy playing with and look up to, and just pray that God continues to give me the strength to do it for years until I go to see Him. I am doing this video to talk about bass tone. From what my mentors tell me, I've had a good tone, as a bass player, for a long time. One of the things that I kind of got pretty quickly was how to get a decent tone out of the instrument. So I just wanted to share something real quick because I just found this product. Now, when it comes down to endorsements and all that kind of stuff, my thing about it is, I know some cats use endorsements to try to say that they're using the company to say that they're a good musician. My understanding has always been that you're an artist and you're endorsing a product, meaning, I'm saying that this is a good product, and then, my integrity as a bass player, as whatever, as an artist, is on the line because I'm pushing you to purchase this for your own use, so it can help you, so it can do for you what it did for me. And that's what I look at an endorsement as. So I really don't endorse anything. I really don't have endorsement deals or anything like that. There's things that I use, and I tell people, if they ask me, these are the things that I use, this is what I like. But in this pursuit of tone, one of the things that I've always liked, I used to have a Tobias Toby bass back in the day, and I really liked it. It was a 6-string. It came with Mighty Mite pickups in it and a Mighty Mite preamp. I pulled the Mighty Mite pickups out of it, put in some Bartolini quadra-core pickups, Bartolini preamp, and it just really stepped it up. Now, I have purchased over the years some pretty expensive basses. Not a lot of expensive basses, because I've never been just super financially able to pay $4,000, $5,000, $3,000, $2,000 for a lot of basses. So I do a lot of research, do a lot of work, trying to test things, and then when I spend $2,000, $3,000 on something, it's, I'm gonna probably have to have it for a while. And it's a huge investment, especially at this point in my life. I got a wife and 3 kids. Like I said, I'm blessed to do it for a living, but I'm not on tour with Sting or one of these huge artists where I just make really, really great money and I can afford to just spend money on anything. I'm thinking about college funds and lessons, all that kind of stuff for my kids to get them where they got to go in life. So I do own a Ken Smith 6-string. It's a 1996 Chuck Rainey. I love the tone of it. It's just one of the tones that I feel like I just kind of had to have in my arsenal. It's always going to be a Ken Smith, and then I'm always going to have some type of Fender something, something that I can kind of get a P-bass type of tone, a Jocko type of tone, and definitely on the slap side like a Marcus Miller / Alex Al / Andrew Boucher from back in the day. I like his tone now, but I really like his tone on the old Tobiases, on the old gospel stuff. Terrence Palmer sound, something that's got a real warm, huge bottom, but when you snap on it, it's got some cut to it. So, like I said, I got my Smith, and the bass that I've been playing that goes in my double bag with my Smith as my Fender sound bass has been my PVTL5. It's a Series 1 TL5 that's got the It's got PV ferrite pickups in it. I don't know if I can get that up there where you can see it. Yeah, it showed up. It's PV ferrite pickups. It's a PVTL5 neck through. It's actually a really phenomenal bass. Somebody blessed me with. I was playing a Lakeland bass that I liked a lot. They had Barlinis in it. Big Barlini fan. And then before that, I had a Brubaker Brute 5-string that I'm looking to replace here in just a little bit. But I really like the sound of it. But I was hip to the Dyna basses, and I probably had 2 or 3 Dyna basses over the years. And they fit that Fender kind of tone if you ever had one. You know that it's got that snap, it's got that Fenderish kind of tone. But on the mid-range side, it kind of was lacking a little bit, especially this TL5. And so kind of switched between it and the Smith. The Smith having such a mid-range dominance to go with the low end and the snap. I was having a hard time swapping between the two. So I started looking at a way to maybe, preamp to put in here in this TL5. And like I told you, I don't have I don't have a lot of money to spend on a preamp. So I started trying to look at a few things. I am a little technically inclined, so if I can put the preamp in myself, so I don't have to take it to somebody to get it put in. I looked online. I found this company on eBay called Tone Monster. The actual company is called Guitar Fuel. The website is www.guitarfuel.com. And the thing that I liked about it, I just read a lot of the information on it. Got on TalkBass and read a bunch of reviews on it. A lot of people said they had, there were no problems. I didn't find anybody that said it was just garbage and they couldn't use it. But the price point was ridiculous. The preamp that I put in this bass, I think it was like $59. They got preamps for $39. I think they got a couple for $29. But it just really, I really liked it. And like I was telling you about my Toby, the only thing I didn't like about that Toby 6-string that I had was that if you ever had a Realtor Bias has a slap contour on the volume. When you pull the volume up, it gives you that nice scooped, pulls the mids back a little bit, boosts the highs, boosts the lows, and gives you a really, really nice slap tone. I had a Warwick with a Seymour Duncan preamp in it that had a slap contour on it that I really liked too. It was a Warwick Streamer Stage 1. God rest his soul, and then it died at a church. But so as I've had a lot of basses, I had a Roscoe 6-string SKB 3006. Just trying to think of anything else that was a bunch of Fenders, a bunch of picking up a good deal on a Fender at a pawn shop or something like that. But I'm always, I'm a budget guy. I gotta have good stuff. I gotta have stuff that sounds good, because I do play with people who, who are discretionary about who they call and how they sound and all that kind of stuff. So, my sound is part of who I am, and I gotta sound good. But not having money to just buy maybe exactly what I want, I spend a lot of time in pawn shops and used spots and eBay and just trying to find good deals on stuff. And then I have to kind of usually do some work to them to try to get them where I need them. And if your bass has a solid tone, like these Dyna basses, like these PV basses have, these older ones with the PV ferrite pickups in it, if you've ever played a Foundation, it's passive. You plug it up, it's just got a good tone. Those are the pickups. But the first part is having some good pickups. If you got good pickups that are really getting the sound of the bass out, and really giving you a good tonal character, then the next thing is the preamp. And so I tried this preamp with these Dyna bass pickups, and it's just phenomenal. Let me plug it up. The one that I have in this bass has it's a SBK 3, I think it's a 3AD. Yeah, SBK 3AD, and then it's got this nitro boost And if you can see it, the bass here, this switch right here, so it's got volume, blend, treble. It's got a stacked mid. This is down here is the mid-range. This is the mid-range frequency on the top. This is bass. And then you got a three-way switch right here. That three-way switch is that it's got the forward is that slap contour. I call it slap contour. He calls it a high-low boost. But it's like what I was telling you on my Tobias and on that Warwick. It's a it gives you that slap sound. You know, you can kind of get that with just a flick of a switch instead of having to go through changing gears. That's what I feel like sometimes. You know, I'm playing fingerstyle and then I want slap sound and I got to kind of go through and change gears. You know, trying to get everything set. But having that there enables me to just turn it. This is the on-off switch for that part. So the preamp works the same way. When I turn this on, it engages this nitro boost is what they call it, and the nitro boost is just an additional on top of whatever you got here. So like I can turn the nitro boost on this particular setting and still cut the highs, still cut the lows, still add mids, whatever, to continue to shape the sound. But it just gives me I think it's 5 dB boost to whatever that preset frequencies. Those preset frequencies are. In the middle is just a flat boost. So when I hit this, I kind of hear a little bit of mid-range difference when this is on, but it does give me just make the bass just louder because that's a flat boost. To the back is a mid-range boost. So like if I was doing a Jocko kind of sound, the two things I would do is I would switch this back, turn on the preamp, and then just cut to the back, pick up a little bit, and with the mid boost that's coming out of here, I don't have to change my mids here from my regular sound. So I'm able to get that Jocko kind of sound, I'll show it here in a minute, without having to change my setting, which means I can get back to my regular bass setting. So like if I'm soloing and I want to do a Jocko sound in my solo, I can get it at the flick of a switch and then go right back to get with the tone for the song without having to go through a bunch of changes in my whole preamp. So once again, this is an on-off switch for the nitro boost. This is the forward is high-low boost. In the middle is a flat boost, and to the back is a mid-range boost. This is volume, blend, treble, mid-range, mid-frequency, bass. I actually bought several preamps. This is the preamp that was in the TO5 at first, and to me it actually didn't sound bad. It's, you know, I'm sure for when it came out, like I guess in like the early 90s, late 80s, it's cutting edge and still sounded great. Like I said, it just was lacking some of the mid-range stuff that I wanted. This preamp here is the other one that I bought from him. I bought 4 preamps and didn't spend, I think I spent $160 on 4 preamps. Now you tell me what other company you can buy 4 of their preamps and only spend $160. This one is a SKB3AD active passive with a tone, with a passive tone. So it's got, here's what the preamp looks like. Circuit board. That's what it comes like, pre-wired. The ones that I purchased had stacked bass and treble like this, and I just bought 2 separate pots and separated them so that they wouldn't be stacked. Here's the volume with the active passive. Here's the mid-range with the mid and the mid frequency. Here's the passive tone knob. But this preamp was, I want to say this one was $49. Let me see. I'm looking at it here online. Don't quote me on that. Just take a look at it online. This is the one with the active passive. This is the SBK3AD with the active active passive on the volume and the passive tone. And I think I paid like $49 for it. I ordered it on Saturday. I think it was Saturday, and it came in on Monday. So I got it in like 3 days. It's crazy. The Nitro Boost comes separate. This is what it looks like. Let me take it out of this bag. This is what the Nitro Boost looks like. 3-way. Yeah. So you can integrate, you can buy this separate and integrate it. He's got all the wiring schematics. I'll show you one of those. So he sends you the wiring schematics for everything. Great company, man. I've talked with the guy that owns it. He's a good cat. You know, excellent customer service. Let me plug this bass up so you can hear what it sounds like. Like I said, I don't have. Same thing happens when it comes to my amps. You know, I end up having to go to pawn shops, man. Just pawn shops, used music stores, and I buy used stuff in good condition. I got a Harkey LH500. And my backup head is my T-Max. It's got to go to the shop because something's going on with it. And then I got an old first generation Eaton 410 cabinet. Which, you know, my favorite bass cabinets are the Goliath Series 1 with the port in the back. And the Eaton, I think they called them, I don't know what they called them, but they were just the, to my understanding, the SWR cabinet and that model of Eaton cabinet are the same thing. They got a port in the back, 410s. I think it's like 500 watts program, 800 watts max. That's what I like. That's what I can afford. Okay. So this is everything's flat on the bass. Just out the box. I mean, that's just, it sounds like what the bass sounded like passive when I turned it up. Which, you know, like I said, these PV Faraday picks are just great. So I'm gonna turn the bass up. Sounds great. Only reason I don't like Ibanez basses, I like the way they feel. I think they make great basses. I can never get them to snap. The way Marcus Miller sound, the way Fenders snap, you can cut the highs all the way up on the Ibanez and just never get it to snap. And I hate turning up a bunch of highs on my bass reed because it doesn't sound right. It sounds fake. You know, it doesn't have the same crispness as it does if you can get it off the bass. So that's the high set flat. So immediately I can hear that the bass has more mid-range presence to it than it did with the PV preamp in it. Let me turn up the mids a little bit. And that's what I like too. You know, some basses some preamps you turn the mids up, and the mids can just go so far that it takes away from the snap. But clearly I've added mids to the sound. That's the mids cut. And I'm talking about just turning the knob. I haven't hit the nitro boost yet. That's the mid cut. That's the mid in the middle. That's the mid boosted. Alright, highs. I just cut them all the way back. I'm still just turning the high. Let me see if I can get this thing so you guys can see what I'm doing on these knobs. So here's the highs. Highs all the way off. Highs going up. The other thing is frequencies. All these different preamps that everybody sells, when you turn the knobs, they're boosting, you know, each company has its own frequencies that it picks. You know, some 2K, 1K, whatever. I think Goucher said he likes 1K, if I remember correctly. But, you know, depending on your hands and the sound that you're looking for, I'm just telling you that I like the preset frequency settings. Of course, the mid is variable. But on the bass and the treble, I really like where this preamp, for 59 bucks, it's already set. So that when I turn up my highs, I'm getting the fat snap, not the thin snap, not the snap that's real honky and mid-rangey. To me, it's in the perfect place. It's still big. And I haven't even hit the nitro boost yet. So I'm gonna cut the highs back down. So this is where I would probably normally play at. Maybe a little darker. Probably in there. Because it's getting, when I dig in with my finger, I'm getting just a little bit of bite. But for my slap sound, I wanted to bite a little bit more. Normally I would have to reach down and turn my highs up a little bit to get it and then turn back. But with this nitro boost, with it set to the front, all I have to do is activate it. Cut it off. That's what it's like on those Tobiases and those, if you got something with a Seymour Duncan with a slap contour in it. You just pull the knob up on the volume and it automatically throws that high boost and low boost. So that's one type of slap tone that I can cut it off. Oh, I tell you what, let me show you the flat boost. So that's what it on. Here's the middle. So I'm gonna cut it off and cut it on. That's off. Get that little boost in the volume. And you see what I was talking about? I hear like a little mid-range presence too. If I play some harmonics, and so it's set to flat. When I play some harmonics and cut it off and on, you'll hear it a little bit better. That's off. That's on. That's off. That's on. So how would I use that? I may cut it off. If I was going to use the flat, I may cut it off and play my bass lines. And then if I wanted to step it up, that little boost brought the mids up a little bit, you know, that's useful. And then with the switch all the way in the back, know if you can see that. There. All the way in the back. So now it's off. When I cut it on, it's going to be a mid boost. You hear that? This is the one I said I would use for a Jocko sound. So now with it off, back pick up just a little bit. When I cut it on, you hear the mids jump up? That's with it off. So, with it on. Off. I mean, I like both tones, but I can hear that mid jump up when I turn it on. Cut it back a little bit. Or if I was soloing, so like I may be playing. Let's see what I want to do here. So maybe the song is like this. And that's the song. That's the sound I'm using to play the bass line. You know. And then I come up to my solo and I want to give it a Jocko thing. So if I got this set in the back, I'll turn this on, give me that mid boost, and then just cut my pickup blend back just a little bit. My solo, and I got to go back to playing my regular bass line. Put it back in the middle. Cut the preamp off. The nitro boost off. That's the stuff I'm talking about. You know, for me, being able to get to the sounds I use. Because when I started off, I had one bass, and my teacher, my cousin Norris Jones, y'all look him up, killer guitar player, killer drummer, killer bass guitar, vocals, plays everything. Between him and Sean Michael Ray, you know, I would see these guys play one bass and get all of these different sounds out of one bass. You know, they would get a Jocko sound out of the bass, they would get a P bass sound out of the bass. They would go back and forth, and so I learned how to get all I can out of whatever bass I had. One, because I couldn't afford to get another bass. But now that has become part of who I am. You know, if I'm playing Motown, you know, I go to the front pickup. I cut the highs out a little bit. I'll get a P-bass sound by using the front pickup on my jazz type bass and working with the EQ to get the type of P-bass sound that I want. If I want a jazz bass sound, if I want a Jocko sound, you know, I just try hard to figure out how to get as close to whatever tones I want out of whatever bass I'm playing. And this Tone Monster preamp with this hollow boost, the sweepable mids, and being able to turn that off and on has just given me, with this bass, giving me a little bit extra, you know, just to be able to do that, man. So I really like it. You know, I would tell somebody else to go and try this. I'm telling you guys, if you got a bass that you're really not that happy with the sound, or if you just want to experiment, you know, 50, 60, 30, 40 bucks is not going to kill you. You know, you can save up a little bit and order that and put it in, and if you don't like it, pull it out. You only spent 40, 50 bucks on it. But you know, that beats 200 bucks for a preamp, 180 bucks for a preamp, you know, and a lot of them, you know, they're not simple to put in, you know. I mean, making changes to them is hard, and you got to take it to a pro cat that can put it in, This one, I promise you, if you can look at a picture like a little kid and follow the colors of the wires and stuff, you can put this preamp in your own bass. So that's my little snippet on bass tone. I mean, you know, I don't think I'm anybody special, man. I'm just a guy who loves God. Very happy to be playing. I love my wife. I love my family. I love basses. Love tone. And the Tone Monster preamp, man, is really, it's good stuff, man. Good stuff at a good price. So I hope it blesses somebody else. Peace.